All right. Test.
Test.
Test. What you call it again?
Convincing idiots.
Convincing idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Awesome.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
Three.
And welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, again, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean.
Brian Gen X.
And I'm going to jump right in there and say that I'm a millennial, and my name is Nick. And if this is your first time joining us, we are three friends
Says
from
it.
three
Says
different
it like that.
generations. What?
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, it says it under me. Do I have to? Oh, fine. I'm a Zennial. Zennial Dean. Go ahead.
Maybe you're only listening.
What's that?
Maybe someone's only listening.
This is off to a great start. Anyway, we are three friends, sometimes better friends than others. But we are three friends discussing pop and nerd culture things. We represent three different generations. We get together once a week to do this. And if you have not already liked, subscribed, found us on all the social media accounts, you can do so by searching in Google, Convincing Idiots, Linktree, Linkttree, and you'll find links to all of our social media accounts as well as email address, all the ways that you can listen to our podcast. So on and so forth. You can also find that handy dandy information on our website, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. All that same stuff is there for you, as well as some lovely pictorials of our three mugs that you may look at for your enjoyment. What you do with your time while looking at those pictures is entirely up to you, and none of us will judge you.
Maybe
Mhm.
pectorals. Who knows? Go to the website to see.
I wouldn't promise things like that because
I'll show my tits. I don't care.
Yeah, but I mean, calling them pecs is generous. But
Oh.
anyway, so we are into
Oh.
another week of Convincing
Well.
Idiots. Yes. So aside from neglecting butterflies, Dean, what did you do this weekend?
I don't. Okay, I neglect.
Don't know what butterflies are?
No.
Okay.
Where
Well,
are we
that's
going
kind of
here?
what I was getting at with the pectorals, but
Oh,
butterflies.
The exercise. Yeah, you lost
Yes.
me completely on exercise. Yeah,
Not on that one. No.
I got a 12-ounce curl. That's about it. I didn't do much. Hung out with some annoying people.
Mm-hmm.
Had to do stuff and hang out with people I really didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to also go to a baseball assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And there were, kids. They looked like they were having fun. The kids were pitching and catching and like not like Nick, but the other kind. There were a bunch of dads in
The less fun kind.
less fun kind. There was a bunch of dads in New Balances chuckling at each other's stupid jokes and looking stupid. Bunch of adults.
You didn't get to play with the other dads, did you?
I didn't want to play with the other dads. I'm too cool for school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If I want to, yeah, I have no interest in putting on a pair of white New Balances and tucking my polo shirt into my denim jeans with no belt. Fucking dolts.
Man, That's a
Yeah.
That's a hard, aggressive attack on dad culture at large.
Man,
Jesus.
wow.
I know.
Coming
I'm sorry, Brian.
hard.
I'm sorry, Brian.
I don't. I don't do that either. But that's
You do
yeah, I
not.
get
You
it.
do not.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
actually are a quite the stylish gentleman, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
No tucked in polos around here.
Nope,
Hell
nope.
no. Get that shit out of here.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Again, nothing exciting or fun. What about you guys? What do you guys do?
Wow.
Well, I
Jeez.
actually did do something fun. I got Brian and I got to hang out together on Saturday. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Allie
That
was
was
there.
Huh?
We had a surprise birthday party for my lovely wife, Robin. She's turning 40, so a bunch
She's old.
of the family that's important to her were there. Friends that were important to her were there. So yeah,
well,
it was me and Brian and Allie and my mom and my family, and I think most of Robin's family, her parents were there, and so yeah, it was. It was a
you
good
mean my
time.
mom and dad were there?
Your mom and dad were there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very
This
nice.
is-
Lovely.
I'm getting. I'm feeling left out here
Britt, why?
Mhm.
because you said that all the important people in. Wait a minute. I was there. Wait a minute.
I don't recall that. I think I'd remember hanging out with you, but it doesn't, nothing sticks out really.
Hold on, quick.
He might have been the one that smelled like pee, Nick. Allegedly,
That is
someone was
possible.
there.
That is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
There's only one surefire way to tell. Nick, smell your fingers.
He was there.
I was there.
He was there.
No, I'm joking. It was a great time. It was fun hanging out with you boys, as always. Nobody that's listening or watching this will ever know what this show here could be if we were allowed to be as fucked up and crude as I would like. Is what we are in real life. So
Yeah, probably Brian and I don't even know either because I don't know. There was a few beers going down. I don't.
There were.
Was it that crude? And
I was crying laughing. I know that. So
okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know that it was crude, but it was just a lot of laughs. You're right. It was just I laughed as hard that night as I've had in a while with a
We
bunch of
save all
guys,
of our,
with a bunch
our
of people.
best
So it's
stuff
funny.
for off air.
Right.
Yeah,
all right, you're telling me some of the shit that
we guarantee you won't be dying laughing listening, folks. Don't worry.
You're telling me that
Don't worry.
some of the shit
And
we
if you're-
said you would have let us say here.
I don't know. It wasn't all that bad. And if you're
All
only
right, I'm letting
listening,
it go.
if you're only listening, we're holding up a sign where you can find us. So.
That's right.
Right. I'm just making fun of Dean earlier. Yeah.
Of
What else
course.
did you do, Nick, besides the nice party for your lovely wife?
Yeah, we what did we do? Just watch the Super Bowl on Sunday. That was cool. Just hung out, made a roast, and the family and I stayed home and watched the game. It was nice, good time. It wasn't nothing too eventful. The party was the main focal point of my weekend.
Hold on, question.
Yeah.
Now, did you make like the meat roast, or did you stand around and make fun of your family members?
Well, that kind of roast happens around here all the time, but
Sure. Okay.
for Super Bowl Sunday specifically, pot roast. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I love pot. Go ahead, roast.
Sure.
Pot roast is great.
All right. Well, Friday, I had a terrific evening with Ali. So we had a little Valentine's weekend evening. I made dinner reservations for, I'll give them a shout out, Luca's in downtown Canton, Ohio. So if you're from this area, Northeast Ohio, terrific Italian food. They make homemade pasta there, the whole bit. So it's a nice upscale meal, reservations required, all that good stuff. So got down there, had a great evening. Had a nice dinner, and then walked across the street to Buzzbin in downtown Canton, which is a cool live music bar. And they had like some punk type bands in there playing from Pittsburgh. It was a nice, that evening that kind of defined Allie and I. We could enjoy a nice dinner like that, walk
Mhm.
across the street. Both of us literally had a tall Genesee beer can and
Wow.
watched live music with the young folks. Great time. And of course, Saturday was a lot of fun with you guys. You already talked about, so a lot of laughs. Good to see
Did
lot of
any
good
of the young
people.
kids grab your bundles and help you across the street?
Nope, nothing
No?
like that at
Okay.
all. Nope.
All right. Well,
Nope.
some of these kids are just rude these days.
That's right.
That's what I say.
I kicked a couple right across the street. Didn't look.
Good.
They
No
looked at me
respect.
funny. Didn't
No
like it.
None.
respect.
Nope.
But all I
Nope.
got to know is Brian has a much more exciting life than we do, Nick. He's going to concerts and going to fancy restaurants.
Yeah. Get
Yeah.
yourself out there.
Living the life.
And then Sunday I watched the game like with some other friends. So that was good. We'll talk more about the game here too. So good game, a lot of fun. Good weekend.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know we're all working on it. We haven't seen a lot of new stuff. So
No.
Idiot reviews, I think this week, the main focal point is Book of Boba Fett, right? So the series ended last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
If for some reason you have not watched the entire series, we're just talk about whatever we want to here for a couple minutes. So
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert there. So yeah. So what did you guys think of the series Book of Boba Fett?
Okay.
Dean,
The series,
go ahead.
the series itself, it was fine. It was exactly what I would want out of a Boba Fett series. I don't necessarily need it to go 2 seasons. I don't know. I mean, it could, but it gave me the explanation and, that he lived and how he got out. And it gave me a little idea of what he's doing now. I was never the biggest Boba Fett fan. I thought he was overrated, quite frankly. I feel better about him now than I did before. But yeah, I don't think necessarily it needed to be all flashy and well, they gave it to you, the last 3 episodes with Luke Skywalker coming back and Ahsoka. I mean, how great was that, guys? To see Ahsoka and Luke in the same scene. I mean, that for a fan of like the Clone Wars and all that scene blows your mind. And you get fucking Cad Bane, and they did such a good job with him. I was.
It was
excited
almost
about that.
identical to the Clone Wars. I was like, the look, the sound. I'm like, they just literally tore him right out of Clone Wars and put him in live action. It was cool.
They use the same voice actor for the voice, so that's why. And some people are complaining, in the Clone Wars, his face was a little more oblong. Yes, but so was Anakin. You know what I mean? Compared to the actual actor.
He's not blue enough. His face is shaped weird.
Right.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, I think all of those guys were shaped a little different. That's how that animation was. Right. So you can't really compare that. I thought they did a great job. What about you guys?
For me, it was, like you said, fine. It was okay. The pluses, the things I liked, right? It gave you the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
It introduced, I still don't know his name, but the Angry Chewie is what I called him. That Wookiee was just kick-ass. I mean, he wasn't even that big of a role. He wasn't even necessary.
He's badass.
He wasn't necessary to the story, but he was cool. I liked the little backstory with the Sand People, with the Tusken Raiders. So that was cool. And like you said, anytime I get to see Ahsoka, because the Ahsoka episode is probably my single favorite episode of The Mandalorian. Yeah. So having her back, although briefly, as it were, that was cool to see. I'm ever amazed by the CGI or whatever kind of technology that they use. It's seamless. Like to take Mark Hamill in his younger day, like make it so. I mean, you can't even remotely tell in the slightest that it's. If you didn't know Mark Hamill at his age now, you would never know that that was not a real person in their natural state right there on screen.
And it was even like 100% better than last season of the Mandalorian. That even looked a little clunky. We thought it looked good, but in comparison, it looked clunky. Yep. Now, I mean, and imagine what they're going to do if they go ahead with the rumored Luke Skywalker series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What they can do and where they can go with it.
Yeah. So very impressed by that. Really liked it. And like you said, Cad Bane, I'm touching on some of the same things. I really was pumped that they introduced him into this. Things I did not so much care for. Cad Bane was essentially Darth Maul. He was in it for basically an episode and dies out, and then that's pretty much it.
Unless
I
you
was
noticed the beeping thing on his chest never went out.
Oh, is that right? So he could still
Never
be
went out.
alive? Okay.
I'm thinking that
Okay.
because everything else kind of went down, and then you kept just before they cut away, it was beep, beep.
But the actress though that played she confirmed that he's dead. At least that's what she understands anyway. Because said she was looking forward to working with him in the Ashoka series. Although that could be a
right actors,
diversion.
Right, and actors
So you
also
never know.
aren't going to tell you. Right. I mean, why give away the spoiler and go, you know what, I think I'm going to come back. And then the director goes, no, not now, dickhead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick. Finish your thoughts, sir.
Ultimately very disappointed in the finale.
Why?
That there was nothing there. I don't.
It was a fun action.
Closed it, but there was nothing there.
Scene.
I'm not sure what the point of him having a bond with the Rain Corps was, if not just for that last episode, I guess, for it to come in and fuck shit up. Boba Fett, like why the Rain Corps with Danny Trejo and the Bond and the
it's like the old play adage, if you present a gun in act 1, it damn well better go off by the final act.
Okay. Neat, but and, like why? I mean,
but that's it. That's why they introduced the Rancor in the beginning. You know, him like, oh, I want to learn to ride it.
Right.
And the fucking final thing was him riding it to the rescue.
Okay. Yes. I mean, I get how that works together, but I just thought it was like a shitty like that the Rancor like say it was just weird. I'm like, it felt like they just threw some shit together that they were like, people like this from Star Wars and they like that from Star Wars. We're going to throw it all in this series because it's based on people like Boba Fett.
Isn't that what all of these are, essentially?
Yeah, but I mean, I like when there's a deeper thought to the plot or it's leading you somewhere a little more. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I didn't hate, but like the last, like the previous 2 episodes to the final one were I was really getting ramped up. I'm like, now we're picking up steam. Sure. And then I was like, oh man, finale day. And I'm like, that kind of was the speed of the first couple episodes. Like I didn't need anything that gave me there. It just was.
It was eye candy. There was explosions and
I guess
monsters beating things up and
yeah, I guess.
What about you, Brian?
It was fun.
Well, I mean, this is probably like a lot of people, a lot of pros and cons. I mean, I agree with you. The character in the movies, it was just cool looking. They really never developed him. The Empire Strikes Back, he had some promise to be cool. You want to see more of him, and it was just an odd way that they ended him so abruptly in Jedi in just a very weak way. We all know what happened. So yeah. I did like to see him come back in this and The Mandalorian. I like to see he had all these gadgets in the movie that they probably just even have the technology to make them. It was just, for show, but it was cool to see him use his gadgets in the series with his jetpack, the eye scope thing, the missiles, awesome. The knee thing.
That was cool.
The missile off his backpack. All that stuff was cool to see it actually more in use in the series. I thought that was cool. I did like the dynamic you guys mentioned you go say something, D?
No, I was going to say how ingenious or how fun would it be for those guys creating this? Because, like you said, they took all of that stuff now knowing that it wasn't going to be being able to be used and just made it look cool. And now these guys get to go, you see all that stuff on him? Now we can say what it actually did.
Yeah.
Like we get to make up what this missile looked like. And, I was
going to say, I'm sure when they that character took off in such a way that they introduced Boba Fett in Empire as a new character, as something to sell, the next movie and things like that, but and figures and whatever, but they didn't anticipate that the fanfare of Boba Fett. So even as they're planning they're planning a cool looking costume, they probably never had any idea of functionality for this. So and for him to go out, like Brian said, he kind of to go out and Return of the Jedi. So weekly it was just they were just writing him out because he had to go. Like it was just he was a bad guy that had to
Yeah,
go.
he was a bad guy that died.
They didn't feel that he was owed, I guess, anything more really at the time probably. But continue, Brian. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say that was good. I did like the dynamic you guys mentioned about the Tusken. I liked seeing the Tusken Raiders taken to another level with the whole
Me too.
warrior
I
clan
really
and all
liked
that stuff. Although frankly, all that could have been done in one episode. It didn't need to have multiple episodes of him going back and forth and how
you didn't need the flashbacks.
Didn't need all the flashbacks. You could have done it in one
that
episode.
first episode as a flashback.
Yeah, he's caught. He's there. He goes through their culture. They earns his way to their respect and all that type of stuff. It could have been done in one episode. You didn't need the train thing necessarily. I don't know. They're just trying to make it series.
Oh, come on! It still was a cool visual. That train scene was cool.
Well, it was cool.
Unnecessary to story, but still cool.
Yeah, it
actually
was cool.
no. It wasn't.
Well, it was because it was a fake attack, or it was a staged attack.
Right.
So I mean, it was.
Well,
it comes up later,
the Pikes, and then the Pikes kill. So, I mean, they did kind of weave in like what you needed to know about the Pikes and Boba Fett in order to get to the end, because the Pikes were the ones who killed his tribe.
Yeah.
Well, no, not the bikers. No, it was.
I said the Pikes.
Oh, the Pikes was the alien thing.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, and then the I lost my train.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. The whole thing with the Mandalorian was cool. Obviously, as we know, they devoted 2 full episodes of this series to the Mandalorian, which was cool.
Yeah.
But it really became
Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah, what are we watching? Are we watching a Mandalorian series? Or
well, that's probably just to set you up.
Nobody complained though.
Right.
Well, well, look at what they did. They set up. They could have given you setups for 3 series potentially. The potential Luke that's been rumored, but you also have the potential of, or not potential, but you have Ahsoka, so you keep her in everybody's mind because that's coming up. And then Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I enjoyed those couple episodes. It just seemed, it just was, I don't know. It just was a Boba Fett series. They really focused on the Mandalorian setup. And the huts to me were very cool to see. But
it was a throwaway, wasn't it?
It was anticlimactic.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
They disappeared and that was it. And now again, if they show up again in a later series, they introduce those twin huts. That was pretty cool. I'd like to see them. That was neat. Sure. But
why were they afraid of the Pikes so much? That was weird.
Yeah.
Like they just ran off. All of a sudden they come back and go, "We changed our minds. This is your problem. We're leaving," or whatever.
Yeah, war is bad for business. See ya.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah.
We had these people haul our giant asses all the way fucking over here on a platform just
right.
dip in and dip out and
I was expecting, because they left in such a hurry and they seemed such afraid of the Pikes, I was expecting to have the Pikes be some sort of, like, there was going to be a big bad boss. You know what I mean? Like Kira from Solo.
Yeah, okay.
I was expecting that. Or somebody,
cool.
Some sort of bad boss that, that it would explain why. Instead, the bosses that were in the hut got killed at the end, like in one of the last scenes.
Yeah. I feel like,
I found that weird.
Other than I feel like the main purpose of this series, it was to further along the next phase of The Mandalorian. Sure. And I feel like if you wanted to make, like, all you really wanted and needed from the story of Boba Fett was fulfilled in the first episode. It could have been a short. You could have made the first episode and been like, here's how he got out and here's how he was alive for the Mandalorian.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's everything that happens after is, unless they want to go deeper and somehow tie him into something else, like, it's irrelevant to like anything else. It doesn't. It helps further the storyline of the Mandalorian and Grogu, but everything you wanted from the story of Boba Fett was answered in the first episode, and that was pretty much it.
You could have swapped it. You could have done the Mandalorian season 3 and then took 2 episodes and done the Boba Fett.
Yeah, I'm just thinking the exact same thing. Yep. Well, at the end of the day,
I mean,
it was. Yeah.
I'm not mad. I spent time on it. I mean, it was
Yeah.
good.
I get excited when Brian says that him and I have the same thoughts. It makes me think like, wow, I had a smart thought. That's super cool and
That's
awesome.
cute. That just actually goes to show the level of intelligence there that you would be duped by.
Or it shows that Brian had a really dumb fucking idea.
Yeah.
You make the call.
It's usually the other. It's usually that. Yeah.
Right.
No, but as a kid, from a kid who grew up with those movies and seeing Boba Fett and being
When's that gonna happen?
definitely, yeah, that's what growing up. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that right. I got a fucking Boba Fett action figure on my shelf right now downstairs of over 50 years old. So there you have it. Somehow Allie is still hugging and kissing me for some reason, but no.
I wonder why she won't go any further with you, though.
Right.
Yeah, well, maybe that's it.
So that Boba Fett figure goes away, you get nothing else.
I answered my own question. No, but as a kid being so disappointed by that character, I feel satisfied between the Mandalorian and this to see Boba Fett taken somewhere. I liked all that stuff. Like you said, I like to see him get out of the pit. I like the development of him. Do they need to have another season? No, not necessarily. No. I mean, maybe they'll do it. I don't know, but they can end it here. It'd be fine. Boba Fett can certainly make an appearance or two on the Mandalorian, and that would be perfectly okay. And that's it. Unless you want to do something else creative with it. No gang war garbage. I don't want to see the kids on the speeder bikes anymore. They're fine. They made enough of an appearance. Do something. If he goes back and fights the Hutts or something like that.
Sure.
That I'm interested in that. You know,
or bring back some of those bounty hunters that were standing up there.
Yeah.
At Empire.
Yeah, like Bosk and IG-88 again, and some of those other ones like that. That'd be pretty sweet.
One of the things, though, Nick, you'd said that Chrysanthemum, you enjoyed seeing him. That was the Wookiee.
Yeah.
If they follow the comic book, you could possibly see him in Kenobi, because in the comic books, that pink cut on his face was from Obi-Wan Kenobi in their fight.
Oh, okay.
So possibly you could see him.
Oh, okay.
If they follow the comic book.
That's interesting.
All right.
I'm an interesting guy.
Sorry. So I
don't apologize. I am an interesting guy.
Yeah, that's right. So we all recommend at the end of the day Boba Fett. So if you're a Star Wars fan, watch it. You won't be thoroughly disappointed, maybe semi-disappointed here and there, but overall, be
you can't be more disappointed than listening to this fucking show.
I was gonna say that should be our tagline. You won't be thoroughly disappointed.
You won't be thoroughly disappointed. Maybe slightly from time to time.
A little bit.
Yeah, we'll surprise you once in a while. And those episodes you don't fucking listen to.
Right.
So I don't understand it. I don't.
You only listen to the horse shit.
Germany, get your crap together out there, will you?
Yeah.
All right. So the other big pop culture event, certainly sports event, was of course, we've already mentioned the Super Bowl, including the big halftime show with the 90s rap stars and so forth. So first of all, any thoughts on the game, real quick? Yep.
Game schmame. The rappers out there in the middle of it, fine. But the best is the fucking commercials.
Was it the best?
Like the commercials. Like you can see Pepsi.
Yeah.
Sure.
The one I really liked.
I mean, if you're gonna do like a really good commercial, you probably want to do a Blake Insurance commercial. Because Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located in Barberton, Ohio. They provide auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, tell them that these idiots sent you.
Very good. All right.
One Aaron Blake was with us on Saturday as well.
He sure was.
You also 100% stepped on my bit. That was going to be my tie-in plug for later. So,
what? Oh no,
I was going to springboard from commercials in the Super
sure.
Bowl into my read, so I'll figure something else out.
Come on, you gotta. If you can't be good, be quick. That's what I say.
Well, I tried to cut you off, but you just kept
I know.
fucking barreling through. So.
Oh no, actually when you did, I saw your eyes like pop up, like, oh no, he's
You know
doing
which
this.
one I liked?
Right. So that's why I kept, because I kind of knew that you were, because it's an obvious segue.
Sure. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay, so this is not a sports show, obviously. So but real fast.
Yeah.
Barely
game
an
was
entertainment
good.
show.
Game was good. Game was competitive. The Bengals had a chance to win. They just couldn't protect Joe Burrow at the end of the day, and that was it. That was the difference at the game at the end of the
And
day.
they needed
So,
like one more slam dunk, and they had a fucking won. That sucks.
if
I were them.
they got to protect him. So I mean,
Mhm.
I'm sure that'll be the Bengals' focus to get a line around him to keep him upright. So
Sure.
you keep him healthy, then the Bengals are going to win a lot of games and get back there eventually.
That's the name of football,
I'm sure.
Brian. Protect your pitcher.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Any thoughts on the game, real quick? Beyond that,
That was boring. It was what it was. It wasn't the
It
most
was not a
exciting
boring
Super
game.
Bowl. The playoffs were more exciting than that, and then maybe that was it. Maybe it's because we watched such exciting playoff games that this seemed boring in comparison.
still came down to the last drive. So in the last drive.
Yeah.
The team behind still had a chance down to the last possession, last snap, if you will, to try to tie that game. So
Also,
not a lot of
also
Super Bowls can
hurts.
say that.
It also hurts that I think it's also the atmosphere. Like many games before, many Super Bowl games, I've had parties with it, or I've gone to parties, and I just sat here by myself watching it. So maybe that had something to do with my level of excitement for this game. No, I didn't play any squares or anything like that. So yeah, it was,
Okay.
I'm all right.
Okay.
I felt it was very Ohio in spirit of Cincinnati to
Sure.
get the hopes up, have a lead since prior to halftime, and then leave it to the last 2 minutes to not be able to stop a drive. So it was very Ohioan of
Yep.
them. They played well, but there was definitely the one touchdown that shouldn't have been for Cincinnati, but they
Mhm.
made it up for the holding call that they made for the Rams in the end zone that made it 4th and goal on the 1 yard line or whatever, or 1st and goal on the 1 yard line. So I think that was evened out. But it was like you said, Brian, competitive game. I was interested. I watched, so it was good.
Arguably the best 5 players in the game were Burrow, Chase, and for the Rams, you got Donaldson,
Yes.
Cooper Cup,
Oh,
and then I can't think of the quarterback's name for LA now.
Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Matthew Stafford. Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, those 3 guys for LA were just better players in the
Oh,
clutch.
Is
with
it
their
Aaron?
experience and everything else. Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald is the guy that's on that dude. I
Yeah.
thought he should have had MVP because
Mhm.
well, not only did he have the play at the end that sealed the deal,
Yeah.
but all throughout, that guy was fucking everywhere. That guy was
Yeah.
incredible.
well, that's his
So-
last game, from what they're saying.
Yeah,
Could be.
they made it sound like he might
Yeah.
retire. Yeah,
Or he may come back if you offer me more money, perhaps. We'll see.
Sure.
But
I've not hearing of any of these people prior to this game. I think the only Odell Beckham Jr. and Matthew Stafford were the 2 names I knew going into this game.
And
But I was
isn't
really
that the most-
impressed by that guy. I was like, that guy's fucking good. Like, he's gonna retire.
Yeah.
I'm like, he should keep playing. He's really fucking good.
You
Yeah,
talk about.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Brian.
I'll say that the play that he made to stop Cincinnati on the 4th and short, and he was being blocked on his left side and reached out with his right arm and grabbed
Yeah.
the running back around the waist and
Yeah.
stopped him with
It's-
one arm.
Yeah,
Was like, wow, that was just those
He's a
moments where
badass.
it just,
made sure he
Yeah.
didn't fall forward. Like, just
yep.
Right.
seatbelted him right there. Like, just let him fall back.
It's when you
Yep.
stop a toddler from running. Nope. He
Yeah.
ain't going anywhere.
Yeah,
That's what he
that's
did.
exactly it.
But
So
to a
pretty
grown
incredible.
man with
No,
a
but-
full head of steam.
But we are from Ohio, the Akron, Cleveland area, Northeast
Mhm.
Ohio area, and we can definitely say that it's a very Cleveland Browns thing to happen for us to cut a player and then him go in the same season on to win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Scored the opening
Yep.
touchdown as well.
Yep.
Sure
So
did.
Odell Beckham Jr.,
Yeah.
congratulations. You deserve it.
Yep.
He did his time.
Sorry.
Well, kind of. In like half a season or one season?
No, he was there all last
A
year.
few seasons.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And use
All
him
right,
right,
so go ahead.
and they cut him.
No, sure didn't. Okay, so
Actually got
before
my,
we get to the
Cleveland
halftime,
Browns cup here.
Wow, are you going for an interrupting record today? Like
yeah,
the interrupting
Yep.
Dean record.
I wasn't talking to you two. I was talking to the audience. I was showing him my Cleveland Browns cup.
Yeah.
Glass.
He's
very good.
talking to himself
All right.
again.
Yeah. So before we get to the halftime show, I mean, overall, a couple cool commercials for me. Not a lot. I don't know. Did any commercials? A lot of crypto commercials. A lot of
Also a lot of
a lot of
Yeah.
weird things like that.
Yep.
But any commercials stand out for you that you remember more than others?
Mine was the Larry David one. That was my very favorite one.
Yeah,
it was
that
also
was
a
good.
cryptocurrency one where all through time he's
Yep.
saying he's poo-pooing everything. It's not going to work. It's never going to last, whatever. And that was pretty funny. I feel like, though, in years past, I feel like the hype of Super Bowl commercials is tradition.
Mhm.
But some years they hit, but for the most part, I feel like the majority of the time, you're usually left with like a lot of weird shit. You're like, there's a couple good ones, but I mean, I think it's kind of, I don't know if you guys feel the same way or not, but in years past, I feel like that has kind of faded. I feel like year after year,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, there's a couple good ones. They weren't that great this year. Like they were fine.
Nothing memorable.
Yeah. Honestly, and maybe it's stupid as shit, but I think it was also a form of cryptocurrency. But did you guys see the one that had the color changing barcode bouncing around like a screensaver?
Yes,
That was
I
the whole thing.
thought
And I was like,
myself very hard not to do what they wanted me to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. They wanted
Yeah.
you to, scan it and go to
Yeah.
their whatever it is.
I mean, say what you will, but it stuck with me. As plain
Yeah.
and stupid as it was,
It was very
like
clever.
I remember it. Yeah.
Yep, I like
Yeah,
it.
the one that with I mean, as you mentioned, we're in the Northeast Ohio, Akron area, home of LeBron James, and the commercial with the
Ooh.
current LeBron talking to young LeBron.
That was cool.
Really
Okay.
looked
Yeah.
like him in St. Vincent St. Mary High School. That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
I saw a great tweet that it was like, because when he was like, is the pressure too much? Is it he's asking him stuff?
Mhm.
Somebody screen grabbed it and said, it was like when LeBron's talking, he said, if Russell Westbrook ever calls you, don't answer the phone.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, the Budweiser with Clydesdale with the dog. That was pretty good.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just not a lot. I thought the NBC one was clever to where I like where they were kind of featuring Ted Danson and a lot of some of the other NBC stars, the couple from
Mhm.
Law and Order, was it Law and Order or whatever it was, or CSI or something, where
SBU, Mirsta Hargitay.
that's it. Yeah, that was funny. I've been on this network for 20 some years, and that was
Right.
pretty cool.
Is that the one where it ends with where they're like Keenan? Like,
Yes.
was that
Right.
the Keenan one? Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
Yeah,
Nice.
but that's it. Like you say, over the years, lately it's been, I don't think some of the big names are willing to spend that type of money as much anymore. I mean, Budweiser's bought one commercial. They used to have tons.
The ratings
And-
were crazy this year, though,
Really?
Yeah,
which will drive up the price and make people want. So, if that's the case, if the ratings were that high, the Super Bowl commercials are going to be that much better next year
maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
because they're going to want to get on that that slotted stage if it's that good, right?
Right.
And
Well,
when you
okay,
put the
then-
Browns
but-
in the Super
sorry.
Bowl. No, I was going to say when you put the Browns in the Super Bowl, everybody's going to watch next year. So
Sure. Yeah.
I- Yeah.
A lot of the thing has to do with, I think, two big key factors. One, the fact that this was, I mean, the Rams have won recently, right? A few years back, they have won a Super
Mhm.
Bowl.
Yeah.
No,
Nope, it's the first
I
time
thought they
they've
beat
won
the
in LA.
Chiefs like a handful of years ago or something.
They
well,
lost-
not the Los
they
Angeles
lost,
Rams.
Oh, okay. The St.
Didn't
Louis
like
Rams
the
still
St.
won.
Louis Rams win the Super Bowl?
They did, but that was like in the mid 2000 range. So
right,
they
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
the LA Rams have never won the Super Bowl. So
I thought they
the
won their
St. Louis
first year in
Rams,
LA. Did they at least go to the
Mhm.
Super Bowl in their first year in LA?
They did go to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff and lost. to
Okay,
the
okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Patriots.
Okay,
The
so they were
Patriots.
there. Cincinnati was, I mean, for many years has been bad. So what I'm
Since
getting at is
'88,
you've
they've not
got
been. Yeah.
two new teams. You
And
have
never
no
won.
Aaron Rodgers and no Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, straight up,
Mhm.
and two, teams that have feel good stories behind them, right? There's many
Sure.
reasons to root for either team. And then I don't know if it's just my age demographic or whatever, but the hype around the halftime show is like, I mean, that was the main reason that we made a night of it, and like we both sat down and watched the whole game. We were so pumped for the halftime show and stuff. So
It was fun.
I think those two elements like kind of created, I would imagine, high ratings, more people watching, less people turning off and going, it's fucking Tom Brady again, like stuff like that. So I thought that's probably, if I were to guess, I would say that's probably why the ratings
It makes
were,
sense.
had part in the reasons why the ratings were so good.
Yeah, it was a close game. You had a reason to keep watching. It wasn't.
Yeah.
All
The
right, so
Super Bowl brought us all back to our childhood.
Yep.
Or Brian's third.
So let's still talk about that. Okay, so the
Yeah.
the halftime show. So a lot of hype.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of lip syncing. Some good, not so good lip syncing.
Yes. Yeah.
Eminem just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He wasn't even trying.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of that? So what'd you think? Go ahead, Nick. So this is definitely up your alley. So go ahead.
I loved it. I thought it was great for many reasons. I liked that it was simple, that it wasn't, I liked that they could capture everything in one shot, that it was like, I liked the way they did it it was like they all had their little
the house
panorama boxes, their little sections of the house.
It was like an opened up dollhouse.
Yeah, I mean, from beginning to end, I thought it was great. The way Dre came up from the studio, from the soundboard, the control room there, that was cool. My big complaint with it was that I felt it was short. It didn't seem very long. I don't know if that's because I don't know how many songs you can do from each of these artists that you wouldn't be trying too hard to dance around lyrics. They did a pretty good job of it, I think.
Yeah.
I about jumped off my couch in excitement when fucking 50 Cent showed up, because that's my dude, and like his first album meant so much to me. And I mean, he was not advertised as being there, so when he was there, that was awesome seeing 50 Cent.
What was crazy though is when they, when they hang somebody upside down, like they brought him down, right?
Yeah, right.
All the blood rushes to your head, and you look all puffy. That didn't go away. It didn't seem.
See, okay, I've been seeing a lot of that online, and this is not because I'm a fan. Okay, 50 Cent, I'm looking at the pictures, he didn't look like overweight or anything.
No,
He's
but
always
he was a little
been
he was
buff.
a little more rounder in the face than
he's
normal.
like 45 years old. And when everyone's used to seeing him in his prime, he was like 25 years old. So
I'm 41 and I'm svelte as fuck.
I was going to say, but I'm making that point. I was like, he looks better than like 98% of 40-year-old men I've ever seen. So like,
Brian's 50 and he looks like a Greek fucking god.
That's right.
I thought he looked pretty good. I thought he sounded good. But I don't know if you guys know her, but like, basically reenacting in the club video, like that's how he's like hanging upside down in the thing. That's why he started.
Okay,
I did not know that.
Yeah, but I thought everybody was good. Mary J. Blige sounded amazing. I was gonna say
she was good.
50 Cent was not even my favorite appearance. My favorite appearance would have to go to Mary J. Blige's thighs. Thank you for that. That was fantastic. Definitely my favorite part of the Super Bowl, hands down. Not even close.
How old is she?
She looks amazing. She's 50 something.
50s.
God damn.
Hell yeah.
She looks good. But yeah, she was great. I was happy to see Dr. Dre so happy. I've never seen him so happy. Like he just smiled. Like he looked like it probably felt like
an
you finally cracked it. You're here now. Like you've done all this. You've been going against the grain for so many years. You've been swimming upstream, and you're here with these people. Kendrick Lamar was awesome. I liked his little spot. I would have liked to hear more from him because I fucking love Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
But he was cool. I've never been an Eminem fan. I just straight up don't like him. Never have. But that was fine. It was good.
Yeah, he did good.
Yeah, it's just I enjoyed the whole thing overall. I really liked it. I liked the way it came off, and yeah, it was felt nice to finally Now I know what all the old people feel like when it's their stuff at halftime. It's like now I've officially embraced that I'm old now
Right,
because now it's
right.
my stuff at
Right.
halftime. Well, I've aged
Yeah.
into this demographic. But I
Yep.
mean, the last year was cool. They had the weekend and stuff, and he, you know what I mean. He was good and everything.
Yeah.
But I really like this culmination of all these different artists and stuff like that. It was really cool.
Yeah, and part of the conversation we had was my buddy Jim was so concerned about the dancers on top of the cars and if they were
Mhm.
damaging the hoods
Oh.
of those classic cars. He's like, look at those cars. Let's see what you think those are like fake hoods? What are they doing to dance? I hope they're not damaging those hoods.
Get those
I mean,
kids off there.
he was
Get those kids
genuinely
off there.
concerned.
Yeah.
Genuinely concerned about the hoods of those classic cars. And they had to have been fake hoods. Or so, and the funny part was he got a text to another guy. I was like, you think they're damaging the hoods?
So somebody else was also
You
this
and your
concerned
friends
about the hood.
really
Yeah.
like classic
Yeah,
cars. Good lord.
his coworker, his fellow officer, texted him. He said, "You think they're fucking? You think
Meanwhile, the Twitterverse is like, "Where's our hologram Tupac?" And your
Yeah.
friends are like, "I sure hope those are hologram hoods because I don't want to see them damage those things."
They can't be damaging those kids on those hoods. They can't be damaging those hoods. That's a classic car. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that." No, I thought it was good. It's not my normal go-to music per se, but I do like the classic rap more than a lot of the new stuff, frankly. So I like a lot of those songs. It was cool. It was fun. It was a good time. And it's like you said, there's little controversy, just fun. It's
Yeah.
good to see those guys, stand up there and have
Did-
their moments. So it's good. It was fine. It was good.
Did you guys hear that the reports come out? Was it today or yesterday that Snoop Dogg smoked marijuana before the show?
No.
It
No.
was reported in the news, guys.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Well, luckily it's legal
Did
in
you guys-
On
California.
stage.
Well, no. But did you also hear that? I heard this right after that report. Did you know the fucking sky is blue? I didn't know.
Same
if
news.
You
Yeah,
guys knew that.
same news story.
I heard the sky.
same news, yeah.
The sky's so
Right
blue
after.
that it crip walked. Actually, I saw.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, I was joking that there was like this local community service. They just brought the guys over there from the local jail. They danced for a little bit and took them back in.
Yeah.
Just took them back in. All right. Any last thoughts on the Hall of Fame? Yeah, halftime show, not the Hall of Fame, but the halftime
I also would
show.
like to say that I enjoyed that. I had heard that they were asked not. Snoop was asked not to crip walk. Dre was asked not to say anything about the police. Eminem was asked not to kneel, and they all fucking did it anyway because fuck the NFL. So good for them.
Right.
Fucking losers.
Why would you think?
They only care about this shit as much as they can profit off it and just fuck them.
And that's
Glad
what
they
it
got up
is.
there.
They
and
didn't
made
want to
their
lose
statement.
money.
Yeah, good. Yes,
Yeah.
very impressed. Like it.
All
Love
right.
it.
Okay.
It was a fun show.
Yeah.
Well, we thought since the NFL season, the football season has come to an end officially.
Bum.
So we thought a fun segment would be we're going to talk about some of our favorite football themed movies and TV shows and see what makes our idiot Mount Rushmore of football movies and shows after this halftime break. And you can't see it on the
crap.
screen here. What?
Oh, you guys were doing football. I did my Mount Rushmore of volleyball movies. God damn it. Hold on.
Very short
Over
list.
the break, I'll make a list.
Yep. And
Well,
you can't
let's
tell
bump
right-
set
sorry.
spike to commercial. There we go.
That's right. And you can't see it right now, but Nick is kneeling right now. Be right back.
Bumps. 2.
Gen X 42. Zennial 33, Millennial 22, hut. Second half hike coming your way.
Very good.
Right now.
Excellent.
Look at that.
Excellent.
Well
Bam.
done. Well done.
Football shit, sport ball shit. Bam, coming at you. Half number
Mhm.
2. Hope you enjoyed the halftime show. If you're listening on podcast of one Brian Fisher telling you how you could aspire to be like your heroes on Convincing Idiots and start
That's
your
right.
own podcast. If you're
You
on
probably
YouTube,
got a boner too.
that makes no damn sense to you whatsoever. So welcome back. Half number 2, we left off talking
Well,
about the Super
if
Bowl.
you're only watching YouTube, you probably already have a boner. So
Sure,
that's
of
fine.
course.
Right.
We expect it.
Mhm.
So I don't know how you guys watch cat videos, but for me, it's a little different. So the second half, in the first
Nope.
half of Convincing Idiots,
I'm sticking with it.
we left off talking about the Super Bowl. We all watched it, the halftime show. We liked it, all that stuff. So we thought, in the spirit of the end of the NFL season
Mhm.
and the Super Bowl, why don't we discuss maybe a Mount Rushmore topic, as we like to do here, of some of our favorite football-related films or TV shows, if you feel so inclined. So, Brian, you're a football fan. You're all decked out in your awesome Cowboys stuff. Good choice, by the way. What are some what kind of films would be on your football Mount Rushmore?
Now, when we do this, you don't always, just to let the audience know, this is our opinions. You don't have to be right. Since
I am
Brian's
right. His
wearing
Cowboys. This is
no,
stuff
no.
is awesome.
Since Brian's wearing his gear, he's used to not
Mhm.
being correct. So
Mm.
once again, this is just our opinion.
That's right. We were correct in the 90s with the
Yeah, oh,
Cowboys.
yeah.
You were okay.
All the damn
I'll give you
time.
that.
Not since. And then, in
Fucking
fairness,
Troy Aikman.
Cleveland. Yep, that's right. In fairness, Cleveland Browns have not been correct since the 60s, I believe. So,
That's true.
Yep.
When did the Super Bowl start? It was just before that.
Yep.
Back when it didn't count.
Just
Mhm.
after. Yep. Okay, so some of my, not in any particular order. So our Mount Rushmore, we just picked 5. We know Mount Rushmore is only 4. So shut up out there. We picked
Wow.
5.
Brian coming
Yeah.
correct on the audience.
That's right.
So shut the fuck up.
That's right.
We'll fucking cut you.
Yeah, so we're gonna give our list and then debate a little bit on what the collective 5 should be on the Convincing Idiot Mount Rushmore of football content, if you will. So
I mean, it is in the
go ahead.
name. We're idiots. It's convincing.
That's
We're
right.
supposed to not have the correct amount. So
Yeah. If you don't agree, tell us why you don't agree. Chime in, give us a comment on
Or just
email
shut the fuck
or
up and
Facebook.
just deal with
That's
it.
an option as well. That's
I mean,
always
let's
an
face
option.
it. We
That's
only
right.
went to 5 because none of us can count to 6. So
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so again, no particular order. And mine has certainly a variance of serious and funny and everything else. So, Rudy,
we'll judge that.
yeah, Rudy, 1993. Just sort of a feel-good movie. Determination. I'm sure most of us have seen the movie, but
Sure.
based on true story. This kid that's undersized is just really trying to make the Notre Dame college football team, and he wants to get on the field and make and just play. And just so the odds are completely against him with his size and everything else, and just he struggles to finally achieve his dream of getting on the field to play for Notre Dame. So,
I mean,
good
who
story.
doesn't tear up? You know what I mean? Like when he
Yeah.
finally gets that ring and gets it to the to that volcano. I mean, like you really tear up on that shit.
Yeah, he takes that gold helmet and just tosses it in there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful.
It's to fight Gollum all the way to
Right.
to the locker room or something like that. So,
Fuck, I love
I
that
know
movie.
I'm not the biggest
Yeah.
football fan, but
What's up, Bob?
Did I see that one? It sounds familiar.
You might
maybe
have. You might have.
Maybe we're
It's very
cross-referencing or something
Yeah.
like that. Then I haven't seen it in a long time, but I had to go back and reflect on movies. I looked at a list to recall some that I enjoyed over time. The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, with the replacement players in a fictional pro league, and these guys come on to get their chance, and of course he gets his opportunity to play for real in the pros and everything. So, just a good movie, and Gene Hackman's the coach, right? So it's
Love Gene Hackman.
Yeah, good cast, fun story. I have on the ridiculous side the Waterboy, Adam Sandler, 1998. I don't like a lot of Adam Sandler movies, but this one was, to me, one of his better ones. Just crazy movie all the way. And Henry Winkler is the coach. I loved, and the whole
You can do
Cajun
it.
stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. I just thought it was a fun movie. North Dallas 40 from 1979. And if you have not seen this one, Nick, check
I am
this
not
out.
familiar.
No, what is
Yeah,
it? North Dallas?
I'm not familiar.
What?
North Dallas 40. Nick Nolte,
Okay.
1979. So it was a novel from an ex-Cowboys player who played on the Cowboys in the 70s, and he got in a lot of hot water because he gave a pretty truthful rendition of stuff that goes on behind the scenes with parties and drugs and guys just trying to keep themselves together health-wise and being pressured to play when they were injured, all kinds of stuff. And this movie is based on that book. So it's not the Dallas Cowboys, but it's basically based on, what it's based on. So
Yeah.
So was the team name different, like the Dallas something else?
something,
Or
yeah, it was something
okay.
like that. It wasn't the
Okay.
NFL. It was a fictional pro league type deal. But
Like the Dallas Fart Stars or something like that.
something like that. So
We're gonna call it the Dallas Horse Boys.
but you watch it though, it's a very believable movie because it's like you see Nick Nolte and he's just beat up. He's beat up. He could barely walk, but that's his living.
And that's him now too.
Well, sure, but as a player, it's like if he doesn't get out there on the field, that's his livelihood, and he's kind of pressured to play, and he's got the younger guys coming up behind him and stuff, and he's pushing himself to get out there. Yeah, that's right. I hadn't seen
Coming
it.
up behind
I heard
and
about
pushing.
this. I heard about this movie, and Allie and I watched it for the first time last summer. And we really enjoyed it. And then one of my favorite football movies of all time, probably my ultimate all-time favorite. The original Longest Yard, 1974, Burt Reynolds, The Mean Machine. So Adam Sandler had the remake, but the original was terrific. If you don't know the story, it's Burt Reynolds is a professional football player, gets thrown in jail. They have a prison league for some reason, and for some reason the warden cares if they win.
Right.
I don't know why, but he has a semi-pro league with the guards. That's what it is. His guards are on a semi-pro team, and to get ready, they put together a group of prisoners to play football in an exhibition. And basically, Burt Reynolds is recruited as a NFL quarterback to put the team together, but he is told he has to lose, or he's going to remain in prison for a longer period, and he has to make a decision to allow the team to lose or win, and beat the guards and suffer whatever repercussions and all that. But a lot of fun. Richard Kiel is in it, who played the Jaws villain, huge monster of a dude. It's just a lot of funny scenes, a lot of serious shit too in this. But the game scene itself, I get to sit down and watch the scene of the game. It's hilarious.
So the original Longest Yard was not a comedy?
No, there was some funny scenes in it, but it was pretty dark and
there
was some dark scenes.
I would almost call it a dramedy. I mean, there was enough humor in it to not be like a full blown Any Given Sunday type deal.
Right.
Yeah. But it was a semi-serious football game with some crazy stuff that happened, really dirty play and stuff, and some stuff was comical, but it was, it gets pretty gritty, some of the scenes there. So yeah, go back and check that out. So young Burt Reynolds before
it was the 70s, everything
all
was
that
dirty.
stuff. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But yep.
Especially them Dallas Horse Boys coming up from behind you pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see that movie. Oh, I have.
That's what
Dallas
I got. So
Horse Boys.
I got The Longest Yard, North Dallas 40, The Waterboy, Rudy, and The Replacements.
It's a good list.
That's a good list.
It's a good
Solid,
list.
buddy.
Solid. What do you got, Dino?
Okay. I have got let's see here.
Another ad read, apparently, because you put your glasses on.
No. I'm still reading. I'm still reading here. I have, in no particular order, I have, let's just get out this one out of the gate. Remember the Titans. Remember the Titans. Just a good, solid, feel good movie. Well acted.
Denzel. Yep.
Right. And then I'm going to go with this next one. I will agree with Brian with the Replacements. It is one of those movies that it's, no matter what station I'm turning to, if I flip through it, no matter where it's at, we all have those movies. That's mine. I will stop and watch it every time. It's just a good, solid, feel-good movie. I love Gene Hackman. And then my next one is Draft Day, the movie about the Cleveland Browns.
Is that why
Kevin
you picked
Costner. It? No, I mean, actually,
Because I heard bad
honestly,
things about that movie.
No. It actually was on a couple nights ago, and that's what actually reminded me that I had to do this list was that it came on, and I'm like, I forget how much I enjoy this movie. Like, it's a ridiculous idea, like the draft scenario that
The
happens.
Browns winning.
Right.
No, well, the Browns don't win. It's all about the draft, but it is a football movie.
Okay.
There's no football in it. Like, there's no football playing in it. It's
just like
all
the Browns,
like behind the scenes. Right.
Right.
Did neither of you two see it?
No.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
All right. So I love Draft
Scene
Day.
2. All right. What's the fourth pick?
No, come on.
What? Okay.
Actually, if you
Scene-
enjoy football, if you enjoy like the sport and the idea of football, you will enjoy this movie because it. All right, you know how like regular football movies take like the plays and you're like, that play would never actually fucking happen. You know what I mean?
Right. Because they
Sure.
pulled it off, and this is the Browns, and that's just silly.
No. This is the same idea, but with drafting. It's like there's this huge scenario that honestly would probably never happen or could never happen, but it's fun to watch. So, and I love Kevin Costner.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So any sports movie you put Kevin Costner in, I'm in.
Yeah.
All right. So Draft Day. Now I am left with two more, and I am going to go with Necessary Roughness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Scott Bakula.
God, I forgot. That would be on mine.
Scott Bakula from TV shows Quantum Leap. That's right.
Sure.
It is just. Kathy Ireland is the goddamn kicker. Come on, that's all I can say. Is there more 90s movie than a movie with Kathy Ireland and Scott Bakula?
Jeez. I forgot about that one. Wow.
Love Necessary Roughness.
He was down at the 20, but he hydroplaned to the 35.
Hey, so good.
This kick brought to you by Bud Light.
All right.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So we all agree Necessary Roughness, damn fine movie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm
mad. I'm mad that I forgot about it. It's not even on my list.
I'm actually gonna have to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
And then my last pick is, and I put it as my last pick because it could be debatable. My last pick is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
I have it as a honorable
alternate
mention for that because it was definitely a football themed movie.
Definitely
top to
football theme.
Yeah, Dan Marino the whole thing is a guest star in it. Yeah.
Yep, and a lot of those, that year of the Dolphins were in it because he fucking chloroformed most of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the well-known Dolphins at the time, made cameos. Yeah, you're right in that movie. And the Ray Finkel thing, Laces Out, all that stuff.
Right. And then
that was a fun movie.
I mean, I just the other day saw a button. They're selling T-shirts that says Finkel is Einhorn.
That's right.
I mean,
culturally, all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So yeah, and I'm also heard rumors of them doing a third one. Yeah, I don't know how we feel about that, but money is money, and if you hand it to any actor, Jim Carrey or not, they're gonna take it.
Yeah. And they keep. I mean, a lot of these movies are being revived, and
Right.
years later they come out with sequels
Fuck it.
and things like that. I mean,
Fuck you both. You know you're going to be there to watch it.
I did enjoy the first one. The second one was garbage, but the first one was a lot of fun.
First one was
the Ace
good enough.
Ventura
Yeah.
movie,
Right.
and very very quotable to this day. I still say things like "Alrighty then,"
yeah.
Sure.
and different stuff that he said in that movie is definitely sticks with you.
When Nature Calls, is that what the second one was? Is
Yes.
that right?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Okay.
He said
Garbage.
hesitantly. I wasn't sure. I'm like, I remember it, but I'm like, was that what it was called? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. So just a real quick go through Draft Day, The Replacements, Necessary Roughness, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and Remember the Titans is my 5.
Yep.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, Nick, what do
Nikolai
you got?
Volkov. What
Alrighty.
you got?
So my list here. Let's see. First off, I'll start obscure because I don't know if
I have-
any of you guys have seen this one.
Little Giants.
Little. I have seen Little Giants. And that they
Okay.
played the little Cowboys
Yes.
in
the
my
double
favorite
star-
Cowboys
double star
uniforms.
jersey.
Yep,
That's right.
absolutely.
Double feature with
Um,
Little Nicky.
Yes, absolutely. No, this one was called Fourth and Electric. I don't know if you guys ever saw this one, but it's the story of how.
Did you make a home video with an electric vibrator?
No, I did not. Fourth and
Oh.
Electric is
I
the
have no
story.
interest in this.
Is the story of a couple of people that couldn't make football teams. Right, they weren't good enough to make the high school football team, so they decided to get electric bikes and compete with each other that way. And where they went to get their electric bikes was a place that actually is a sponsor of our show. It's RPM Bike Shop. And actually, if
damn
you
you.
wanted to get some, you could go to their Facebook page. All you have to do is search RPM Bike Shop on Facebook, and it'll come up for you with all of their awesome, like the ones that were in Fourth and Electric, this spectacle of a movie. You could also give them a call at 330-808-7792. Again, 330-808-7792. And speak to them today about getting your very own electric bike. And maybe, just maybe, you could start your very own electric bike football league of your own.
Very good.
Yes,
Gentlemen,
thank you.
I'm a man who admits when he's wrong or when he's been bested. Can we put our drinks up to a job well done on that?
Yeah, that was good. Fourth and
He
it
made
sounds
up
like
his
an
own fucking
80s,
thing.
Yep.
like an 80s
Just for that.
80s football movie. That was
That's
believable.
good.
Yeah.
Like a foot. They have a robot kicker or something stupid like
Yeah,
that.
why not? Sure.
Mhm.
And let's go forth. Let's peek behind the fourth curtain for everybody listening to show you how well Nick did. That was thought up within 10, 15 minutes because he
Mhm.
was already complaining that I stole his
Yeah.
spot earlier. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
he didn't
While
have
you
that
were-
written
Good.
before the show. That was
Yeah.
written. That was thought of while
Yep.
sitting here. So
Yep.
Yeah.
well done, Nicholas.
While Dean
Yep.
was saying his list, I was like, "What's the name of
Right.
this movie gonna be? What's the name?" There it is.
Awesome.
Fourth
Well
one. So,
done.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So anyway, the real list. Although I gotta say, the movie that I just pitched sounds like it would be amazing, and I would put it on my list. However,
I
it's
would
not a
too.
real movie. Although, shout out to RPM Bike Shop. If maybe we get big enough and we get a film studio at some point, like let's make. I
Yeah.
feel like Fourth and Electric should be a thing. Okay, so on my Mount Rushmore, I'm not going to include Necessary Roughness because I didn't authentically think of it until Dean said it. But that would make mine.
Sure.
But I do have some similar movies that you guys mentioned. I have The Replacements. It's probably
Mhm.
my favorite as far as football movies go.
Mine too.
It's a comedy. It's fun. It's a heartfelt comedy though as well. But it's just I can't. Orlando Bloom probably makes that movie more than anything for me, as well as the kicker. Not Orlando Bloom. Orlando
Orlando
Brown?
Jones.
There it is.
Think
Sorry.
Jones. I
Jones.
can
He was on
double
Mad
check,
TV.
but Orlando Bloom was in
Orlando
the Lord
Bloom
of
is
the
in
Rings,
Pirates
which
of the
was
Caribbean.
a joke earlier.
Yes, or in Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, so
Yeah.
not Orlando Bloom, Mr. Katy Perry, not that guy. Orlando Jones that was on Mad TV. He's the wide receiver
that's
of the
right.
movie. He is hilarious. He makes that movie probably for me. Him and the kicker is I don't remember that guy's name. He's been in a lot of different things. I believe he's
but you bring it around to this nerd culture that we enjoy so much. Jon Favreau,
Jon Favreau's in it, absolutely. Yeah,
who is Mr. Fucking Star Wars right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I actually forgot he was in that until
Sinbad.
I believe there was a
Give me the
yeah,
ball.
Sinbad
Give me the
was
ball.
in that.
I want the ball. Give me the ball.
That's right. I forgot. So, like, I kind of forgot Jon Favreau was in it until I was watching the Super Bowl and the opening, if you guys saw it with Halle Berry, where they kind of tried to tie Hollywood in with football.
Yes.
There was a part where they
Yes.
showed Jon Favreau in The Replacements, and I was like, oh, yeah. But yes, The Replacements, I think it's a funny movie. I love it. I don't know if Dean, if you said that that's the one that you stop and watch every time or not, but it is one for me.
That's mine.
Yes, absolutely.
John
Bateman?
Madden, and Pat Summerall are in it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Evander Holyfield.
So Reese
Oh.
Evans is the leg. Reese Evans.
Yes. Okay.
Did you guys know
RYSRIFANS.
Jason Bateman was in it? I don't know. I don't remember Jason Bateman in it, but Jarvis
I don't see
Edison
him.
was his name.
Well, I think what we're getting at is we should all go back and watch this movie because
I
apparently there's a lot
agree.
we missed. Replacements is on my list.
Okay.
Of course, I would be remiss if I did not. I mean, I can't believe none of you did, but this is just pure silliness. Airbud Golden Receiver gets no love from anybody.
Oh boy.
I joke. That's not on my Mount Rushmore,
Okay.
but I had to bring it up.
Good.
I had to play my millennial role and bring that up. No, so Replacements. I do have The Blind Side on my list. I love that movie. It is the true story of his name escapes me right now. He went on to play for the Baltimore Ravens and things like that. But just a good story.
It's a good movie.
Really good movie. Sandra Bullock was fantastic. Did Tim McGraw, I think, play her husband in that movie?
Yes.
So that's a good one.
I mean, you really think that, like, you're really rooting for her to, like, stop that, like, to keep that bus going, and it's very exciting. I agree. That movie's good.
Yeah. So also another one that I have that you guys mentioned, that Brian mentioned, was The Waterboy. I also have The Waterboy. The Waterboy was a good one. Just like you said, it's ridiculous. It's not about football, but it.
Well, I thought you were about to say it was
loosely
loosely based on something. Like,
it's loosely based on like football, I guess, or it's around football. I also have Any Given Sunday. Any Given Sunday, I really enjoyed. Yep. It was a drama, but it focused more on the, I guess, darker sides of football, maybe, or the business sides of football, and all
just
that
look
stuff.
At the cinematography, the scenes in the rain, them playing football in the rain. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was cool. Very cool movie, very good. Jamie Foxx was fantastic in it, and so was Al Pacino. Just great movie. Really enjoyed it. Late '90s movie, maybe?
Yeah,
something like that. But love that movie. That one I'm going to put on my Mount Rushmore. And as well as, now this is a reverse Dean pick. So Dean actually did pick this movie. I had it written down. And even before you mentioned that it was on yours, I thought of another movie. So I'm going to replace Remember the Titans. Great movie as it was. But when I was in school, high school, every time there was a movie day, whether it be before a holiday, it was either Remember the Titans or Monsters, Inc. So that they showed on the TVs. So I've seen Remember the Titans a million times. So I thought it would be fun to mix it up and air a little bit, take a page out of Brian's book and air on the side of ridiculousness. This movie is not about football, but it does include football. And I'm going to put Not Another Teen Movie in there. As far as football scenes go, Mr. T is the janitor that is the wise janitor that gives advice.
Okay.
Chris Evans, who went on to become Captain America, is the he's the backup quarterback, as a matter of fact. And he's only been benched because he's lost his mojo because he made a pass in a big play to a child on the team who was not fit, perhaps, to be in a physical contact sport, and literally got split in half. He got high-load and split in half in the big championship game. So I'm going to go. There is definitely football references. I wouldn't say it's about football really in any way. It's more of a spoof on every teen movie hence the name. However, football
Well,
is
Ace
a central
Ventura
part.
wasn't necessarily about
Right. So
football. So
yes, exactly. So central focus
Spirit.
there. Yes, exactly. So I'm going to put Not Another Teen Movie on mine. So to recap, I have The Replacements, The Blind Side, Waterboy, Any Given Sunday, and Not Another Teen Movie.
All right.
I was
By the
trying
way,
to think of like
go ahead.
what that was spoofing. Varsity Blues was what it
Sure, yeah.
what it was
I was
spoofing.
surprised you didn't have. When I was looking through things to try to jog my memory, I'm like, oh, I bet Dean's gonna have Varsity Blues. That's like
I forgot
your
about
time.
it.
And,
Once again,
yeah.
I just pulled up on my tablet here. I mean, I know the Super Bowl. You know that the beginning with Holly Berry explained that football and Hollywood has been, coinciding
linked
for
or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. The list is just beyond. I mean, we did 5.
Yep.
It's impossible to do. I think to do the actual, actual Mount Rushmore. It's insane here.
Did you have any other like honorable mentions before we get into our?
Yes.
Yeah, to combine
dude.
these?
Airbud, Golden Receiver. Get with it.
I didn't write them down, but I seen. I know it's not once again not necessarily, but Radio was a great fucking movie.
See, I never saw it. I saw it kept popping up, and I
Dude,
remember it.
You ever get a
like,
chance? It's good.
Being made,
it's
but
not
I've
the
never seen
greatest
it.
movie, but it's solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was The Express? Ernie. What was his name? Ernie Davis.
The Express.
Yeah, the Express. It's the Ernie Davis story. He was #1 pick in, like 1960 something. Like he was going to be the first integrated African American into the NFL.
Okay.
And he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and again, I watched this movie, didn't even know the story. I didn't even know it was Cleveland Browns that that did it. It just happened to be the deal. But he ended up getting like cancer or something and dying before the start of the season. So he never got to play. But again, I could be wrong on a couple of those facts, like the very first African American to be drafted in the NFL.
Yeah.
And what I just pulled up is kind of a weird. Anyways,
Express. I had also the Express.
Movie.
Gotcha. I had one from the 80s, mid 80s.
Wildcats.
Kurt Russell and Robin Williams in The Best of Times. So they were high school teammates. Kurt Russell was a star quarterback, and his friend was Robin Williams. And the big game. Robin Williams, wide open receiver, drops the pass. They would have won the big game. Now they're adults, and Robin Williams is still struggling with the fact that he dropped the fucking pass, and then they wind up having some type of a, exhibition game with the dads or something like that. So it all boils down to the exact same fucking scenario. Kurt Russell gets to throw Robin Williams to pass. Is he going to catch the ball? That was actually one of the clips at the beginning of the Super Bowl. There was a scene where a guy's running and trying to catch the ball, and it keeps going off his fingertips and stuff in a movie. That was Robin Williams from that scene. So, of course, he catches the fucking pass and redeems himself. It was a fun movie at the time.
That was one of those that was on like every single day in HBO, like in the 80s.
Yeah, 86. Yeah, it's a fun movie. Yeah. And this is more, again, similar to Ace Ventura, but more serious. It was definitely a football-themed movie. If you've not seen it, check this out. The Last Boy Scout, 1991, Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans was an ex-football player, and he gets kind of framed for something. Yeah, and then Bruce Willis is a badass cop or private detective, something like that. And it's a whole, thriller type thing. So it's definitely football related.
There's a bomb in the stadium type situation.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Go check out The Last Boy. It's Bruce Willis at his Bruce Williest, I guess, if you will. And Damon Wayans is always funny anyway.
Yeah.
I love Bruce Williest. That's the thing I'm going to use for sure.
Yeah, check that out. And I also had Ace Ventura, as you mentioned already. And and one I have not seen, which I was looking at this list, I'm like, I cannot believe I've never fucking seen Brian's Song, 1971, about Brian Piccolo from the Chicago Bears.
Mm-hmm.
It's
is that another one supposed to make people cry? Right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's like a whole male friendship thing.
Right.
James.
I saw it when I was a
Caan
kid. It's
and
been a
Billy
long
D.
time.
Williams, young Billy D. before Star Wars and all that stuff. So it's supposed to be a very touching movie. Brian Piccolo is a white player befriended by Gale Sayers, the Hall of Fame player of the Chicago Bears, and Brian gets sick, and it's just the bonding they had and the sadness of losing a friend, all that type of stuff. So definitely want to check that out as well. I can't believe I haven't seen it. It's one of those movies I've been meaning to see, just haven't gotten around to because I know I'm probably going to get upset watching it. But
It was one of those movies that my
good.
mom said. You know how Nick said that. Remember the Titans or whatever was the one they played in school.
Yep.
My mom said that when she was in high school,
Brian's
that's what they would play as Brian's song.
Yeah, on the radio or
no on whatever
get
like
the reels out.
Why am I ripping your mom? I love your mom. I don't know why I took a shot at your mom.
It's like it's a lot of slide.
She's not even here, and I love her. Like I don't know why I did that.
I'll take a shot at your mom, but I am not meaning it in a bad way.
It's like back then, Nick. The film strips. You had to. It was like one frame at a time. And it was
right.
Beep beep. But it was like constant. You had to constantly turn it.
Yeah. Have a guy in the piano in the corner playing as it's going.
Yep.
I'm so glad your mom doesn't listen to this because.
And luckily, that was Brian's song.
That's right. Any others on your honorable mention?
Real quick, did you guys ever see Leatherheads? George Clooney's directorial
I did see that
comedy.
It's all right.
John Krasinski. It was fun.
It's okay.
I enjoyed it.
Yep. Old timey.
What about you, Nikolai? Yeah.
I have Invincible. It was all right. It was Mark Wahlberg, and again based on a true story of a average Joe that tried out for the Philadelphia Eagles and made the team, and I mean, it didn't pan out in anything. He played a few games or whatever, but it was fine. Wasn't a terrible movie.
You're a terrible movie.
There you go.
I said it wasn't a terrible movie.
I'm staying by my decision.
Yep. That's a typical comment about our show. It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. It's
terrible. Yeah, it's good.
There's worse out there.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
Certainly is. Okay.
Do you have any TV show? You had TV shows, didn't you? You have TV
I had
shows
a couple.
that you wanted to mention?
I had a couple. Yeah, and we talked about it at the party. That I couldn't think of the name of it at the time, but the best football themed TV show, the realistic television show, was called Playmakers, 2003. It was 11 episodes, aired on ESPN of all places.
Okay.
Super realistic. It was not unlike the North Dallas 40 type theme, where it's football players with real problems, drug problems, women problems, and the pressure to play, all that stuff. They ran for one season.
You just described this show.
Sure, that's right. Women problems, drug problems, pressure to play. Yeah,
yeah. Every week.
I think I got a box. I got it for a gift.
Novocaine and Nick's fucking neck just to get him on the show every week.
That's right. That's right. Yep. We had a chloroform to get to his own mom's house.
That's right.
For his own wife's party. Yeah.
He heard you were going to be there, so.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Anyway, so
Brian, it's not you that I avoid.
Yep.
Oh, since we're who is it? Tell me. Tell me. Who is it?
So check it out, Playmakers. Check it out.
Okay.
One season on ESPN, and so all of a sudden it was canceled. Wow. And it's like, I wonder why. Maybe because ESPN was televising NFL games, perhaps. I don't know. Very funny show, The League, 2000.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right, that wins.
Yeah.
That wins at least the TV part.
That's a good one.
Fantasy
great
guys,
bunch
of folks playing fantasy football. Hilarious show. One of the funniest shows I can recall in recent memories. So a lot of fun. Check that out.
Yeah.
Very raunchy humor. Terrific. And the two guys went on to they're making a podcast. How did this get made? Two of the guys from The League. They talk about a bad movie and rate that. It's a fun podcast.
And they did Jingle All the Way, which was
they did.
That was the one that brought me to that podcast.
Oh yeah,
That's
right.
right. That's funny. Coach back in '89.
Oh yeah.
Good show.
Love
about
Coach.
college
Yeah.
coach. Yeah, a lot of fun. And with
Who doesn't love Dauber?
Dick Van Dyke's brother was an assistant coach on there, and
Dauber on Coach is the voice of Patrick, the starfish on.
shit, that's right, the
SpongeBob
blonde dude,
Interesting.
the
Yeah.
blonde dude,
Give you-
right? Yeah,
Give you a
Yeah.
little trivia.
that's right. And then just recently, All Madden. It was a very good John Madden documentary. One episode, they aired it They aired it Christmas Day, actually, on Fox. And literally a couple of days later, John Madden passed away. So
He
go
was
check
just waiting
out
to see
All
it.
Madden. That's
Either
right.
that or it was so bad it killed him.
No, it was very good. Very good. Very good story. It was just one of those
Was it?
nice stories. Here's a nice guy. He does something nice with his life, has a lot of fun, has a nice family. The end. It's great. It's very nice. So
the Nick
check it
Schaefer
out.
story.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
He's nice. Has a nice family. He dies. The end.
And then again, sort of honorable mention. It's not really a
We
television
should be so
show.
lucky.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes, I do
Wouldn't trade a
actually.
thing.
While you were talking about it, actually, I did think of one. The documentary that they ran actually probably for quite a few seasons. It was about a player. It was after his life, so it's football related. It ran after his life. He ended up being he was like one of the greatest football players of all time, right? And it was after that he got hurt or whatever, and he ended up being like a shoe salesman, got married,
Yes.
had some children.
Once scored 4 touchdowns in one game.
Yes. You guys, I can't remember the name of it, but if I did, it's a great show about a
He's a former football player. He was married and had children. And
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. I can't remember.
Yeah.
What the hell is the name of that show?
Sounds familiar.
I'll remember.
It was
later.
basically
Oh, well.
about him being married and having children.
Yes.
Like
yes.
he was married with them.
But like that dream and that goal of former glory on the gridiron, drove him throughout his life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was so
That's
good. Right. Check back later on Facebook. Maybe I'll.
Yeah.
If I think of it, I'll
if anybody out there can remember the name of that show about that
Help me
guy
out,
that
guys,
was married
please.
and had children and used to play football. Yeah. Damn.
Man, and he was the best.
Brian, you also jogged my memory. One of my favorite football reality TV shows, Dancing with the Stars. So many greats
Emma
have
Smith.
graced that
I want to
show.
go for
Emma
Buzz,
Smith.
but
Jerry Rice has been on that
Yeah.
show.
That's right.
It's,
That's right.
many of the greats. Many of the greats.
Yep.
No, when you were saying that though, I'm like Hard Knocks has had some.
oh yeah,
I think not even just Hard Knocks, but any type of. I think Hard Knocks probably led the way for a lot of the sports documentaries
Sure.
for things. I mean, as a hockey fan, I've watched the HBO Winter Classic shows. The Leafs had their own Amazon Prime thing. I'm big into the Formula One Drive to Survive on Netflix. That show is fantastic, and it's been so wildly popular that golf and tennis are going to start their own versions of it as well. But Hard Knocks, I mean, is kind of one of the ones that's been the longest running and has kind of led the way. So that's a good one.
Well,
Brian, and NFL films in general, I wrote down.
I was about to
NFL
ask that.
films.
Was that the name of the one you'd see on Saturday mornings, where it had all the people mic'd and
all kinds of stories. So John Facenda was the narrator.
Yes, there you go.
Dick, Steve Sable. That's it. So the Sable.
You weren't even close with Dick. I mean, normally you are.
But the one guy started it, and then his son picked it up, and they put those together for years and years and years and years.
Dick Ebersole.
Definitely.
Dick Ebersole was the head of NBC Sports, and then I can't remember his son's name, but his son did take over. But yes, when you're thinking of Dick,
I thought it was
without the
Sable.
joke, but.
I kept thinking you were trying to bait him into something. I thought
no. Dick Ebersole was the head of NBC and NBC Sports.
I thought that was leading into that was the biggest Dick Ebersole that
right.
Something.
No,
like that.
I mean, I'm mad now that I didn't think of that joke.
Yeah.
But,
it's founded by Ed Sable in 1962 and run by his son Steve Sable until his death. So
But Dick Ebersole
John-
did have something to do with NBC Sports.
I don't know, but
I
yes.
mean, honestly, it doesn't matter.
No.
But-
So Steve Sable and Ed Sable
Okay.
and John Facenda was the host. So John Facenda was the Lombardi Field, the frozen tundra.
The
That guy was just
frozen tundra.
yeah, it definitely. And then the music and everything just took the NFL and made it dramatized real
Sure.
life and made the game more intriguing and really
Actually, I think with the
created
opposite,
a lot of new fans. I'm sure. What's that?
You say it made it into real life. It kind of made it into like that movie-esque feel
Sure
that
did.
the public wanted. So I think
Yeah.
it helped, get more people into it, given
Absolutely.
that storyline of.
It's almost like
Yeah.
it dramatized
Yeah.
real life, just like what Brian said.
Yeah, exactly.
Dicks,
Crawl
all of them,
Yeah.
eat them.
Yeah. Crawl back in your fucking bottle, will you? Jesus Christ.
Or
All right,
crawling
so-
your ass.
Yeah. All right, so let's do the Mount Rushmore. It's getting late. We've had a lot of good
Okay,
content out there.
replacements.
So
Can we agree on the replacements? Did we
Replacements,
all
yes.
pick the replacements?
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, feel good movie. Keanu Reeves in a whole kind of different role for him. It was fun.
Yep.
And then Gene Hackman as a coach. I mean,
Yep.
come on.
Okay. So
And it was
golden
actually- and
receiver.
it-
We're all good on that. We like golden
No.
receiver up in the 2 spot.
No.
There, bud. It's a golden retriever. It's a play on words, and it's an adorable dog making
we
the big
get,
play and a
we
friendship.
No.
I don't
get
think
it.
you do get it.
No,
because
we
if
get
you
it. It's
did,
just
it would
not-
be on the Mount Rushmore.
No,
We
No.
listen. We gave you Jingle All the Way. We're not giving you fucking the golden retriever
Okay.
receiver. Sorry.
you get one
Not
millennial
happening.
pick for the fucking year.
Put my
Fictional
foot
film
down.
Fourth and Electric.
All right, you get that one. We'll give you
Okay.
that one.
Honorable mention.
Honorable
Okay.
Electric.
You
So we
get
got
the
the
little statue at the
replacements.
bottom of the hill.
Yes. Okay. So 2 of us had the Waterboy. How do we feel about that?
I don't.
You don't feel about the Waterboy? You don't
Yeah, I
feel-
don't. I didn't like the movie.
Okay. You
So.
do hate comedy, so that's true.
I could argue others.
Have
are
you heard
better
me
than
talk
that, so
clearly?
I don't know.
You also hated Little Nicky, as I recall. So just saying.
No, I hated Nick.
Oh,
You misunderstood.
this Little Nicky.
Right, little Nick.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So what else?
Well, I know you
what
don't
about-
hate Little Nick, but anyway, go ahead, Brian.
Does Rudy make the
Love him.
mount? Rudy.
I've never seen Rudy, but I could probably give it the go because I know it's like if we're doing an iconic, like a classic,
Sure.
like absolutely, I know it's a big film and people love it and all that stuff.
In the same sense as you're going to either put on Remember the Titans.
Yeah,
That could be, I think a lot of people agree that, that's one of the best football movies, just given the heart,
Sure.
just like,
Rudy, you mean? Rudy, you're talking about?
no. Well, Rudy, I agree is art.
I think
should be
Rudy's
up
a
there.
go. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Rudy's a go.
Okay.
But Remember
Yeah.
the Titans. I think if you ask most people, that would be on their list.
Yeah.
I maybe have seen that once, but I know it's an iconic
Really?
movie, and then it's
Okay.
like, well, I'm not saying it shouldn't be up there, but I know it's a uplifting. Those are some of the football movies I like personally. You're right.
Yeah.
It's overcoming
Well,
the odds. It's motivating
say-
a group of
I'll say
folks.
then-
It's that part of it that's interesting.
Then let's
as
just
well
go
and
with
fun.
Necessary Roughness for number 3 then.
I would
I
say
mean, that
Remember the
checks
Titans.
all the boxes.
I've seen it a million times because they used to show it all the time when I was in school, but they were still inventing football when Brian was in school, so it's kind of like a different thing, So
Yeah, I went to school. I went to grade school with Jim Thorpe. It was yeah. Me and old Jim went just different directions.
I heard
He's
that
got a
you-
mural downtown Canton, and we have a fucking podcast, so that's okay.
Well,
Okay.
everybody takes their own path.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then I got a couple here. It's North Dallas 40 for me. It's just that one and Longest Yard have definitely more of a Longest Yard not so much, but North Dallas 40 that's more of the grittier, realistic side to football.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
So if you want it, I'll give it to you but I've never heard of it. I would go if you're talking about iconic.
Give me another one.
The longest yard would be before North.
I do
40.
love that. I
Yeah.
do love that movie. I do love the movie, and at the end of the day, he does side with his teammates, even though he knows that I might be locked away here for a longer period, and they defeat the guards and earn their respect, and that's it. So there is that dynamic to it. It is a crazy, ridiculous movie, but yeah, I love The Longest Yard, so I would not argue to put that up there over
Yeah,
North
I
Dallas
put
40.
that. I put that up there.
Okay, so you're
So
giving
what's
me a
that?
classic with The Longest Yard.
Yep,
That's one, and then you got the replacements.
Hmm.
of course.
And Rudy.
We got Rudy. The Remember
We
the
need-
Titans.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
And we
you
need
got
one
Necessary
more.
Roughness. You
Oh, we
said
do
Necessary
Necessary
Oh
Roughness.
yeah,
Roughness?
I think necessary roughness. I like
I
necessary
get that
roughness.
absolutely, and
Okay.
I guarantee you, all of us will sometime this week. Actually, next week should be our review of Necessary Roughness again. Because
Yeah.
I know I'm
Yeah.
going to go back and watch it this week.
Those are 5 solid football movies. That definitely has
It
a
is.
wide spectrum of the teamwork and the overcoming odds and some comedy in there and stuff like that. So yeah, like that's 5. It's 5 solid
Again,
movies.
how people have described this podcast:
Sure, that's
overcoming
right.
the odds, and sometimes there's comedy in there.
Yep.
I don't know what we've overcome just yet, but we'll figure it out. We're gonna get there.
Take our meds. We'll
Actually,
get better.
that's not true. We've been
Yeah.
doing this for over a year. I would say that's probably overcoming an odd right there.
That's true.
I have
Yeah.
to I have to retract that
Yeah.
statement.
That is true. That is true. All right, so we hope you enjoyed our football content there, guys. So it's now time. It's past halftime. It's the 2-minute warning.
Real quick,
Mhm.
It's now getting time to end this episode. What are you gonna say, Dean?
no, I mean, I don't want to interrupt. It's not really like me to do that such thing.
That's true. It's
But
a little
I was just
rude,
gonna
but
say,
here it goes.
No. I was just gonna say, if Nick's going to take us out,
Mhm.
I think he should take us out like a football coach getting us hyped for a game. I mean, I'm
Yeah, I was just gonna.
I'm just thinking.
I
Okay.
was thinking that or NFL Films guy, one or the other.
Well, I was thinking, if you guys don't mind, I would like to
Mhm.
pay homage here to one of the greats. I don't know
Oh,
if
he's
the
going to
voice is going to
masturbate
be
on
accurate
film.
here,
Jesus.
but I would like to take us out with one of maybe perhaps the greatest coaches of all time, one John Madden.
There you go.
Perhaps a John
Sure.
Madden will take us out.
Please.
So, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go over to Convincing Idiots Linktree, right? Boom. There you go. You're going to go to Linktree, and it's going to pop up right there for you. Boom. You're going to go over there. You're going to cross over. LANKTREE. It's going to have all your links. Boom, boom, boom. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's all there for you. It's going to be great. And then you're going to head on over to Convincing Idiots website. You're going to go to your web browser, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. Gonna hit enter. Boom! There it is for you. Yeah? You like that? I don't know who this is anymore. It's not John Madden.
It's
But-
Nick.
It's Nick. It's Nick.
Just
Boom.
yelling at us.
It's boom. It's fucking boom. And you're gonna eat some chicken wings and you're gonna whatever eat. I don't know what it is. Anyway, boom! It's gonna bring up all the Convincing Idiots content for you. So for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I'm your millennial, Nick.
On the Centennial team.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
Have we convinced you to flip a coin and decide to join us next week? Boom! Fuckers.